Hello everyone, thank you for joining the session today. It's great to be talking with everyone of you today. I'm Dinesh, I get the product management quiz flow, and over the next 20 minutes we are going to talk about few challenges that we face at work every day, and we'll also see how quiz flow is solving that. Problem number one, too many tabs. When we log into work every day, we need to literally open a lot of different applications to complete my task. Because we have different applications to handle chat, collaboration, and different set of apps to handle the workflow needs, and different set of apps to handle my projects. So typically, if you look at any browser, this is how it looks like. And few of us are extremely smart. We even try to figure out ways to handle the tabs. We create bookmarks, we look at extensions to group this together. And this also become a very big problem when someone joins the team. We need to literally onboard them, train them on all these new products. And when someone leaves, we need to remove access from all these different tools as well. And the second problem is about notifications. This is literally the outcome of the first problem. When we have too many apps, then all these applications tend to send notifications to us. Our inbox is cluttered with notifications from all these different apps. My mobile literally runs out of space because all these apps tends to send me notifications. And I should be able to figure out ways to switch off notifications in all these apps. And I should be able to figure out what is important and what is not important. And then configure it across these applications. And the third problem is what we call as data silos. When I use a lot of different applications, the data is scattered across all these different apps. If I have to take a decision, I have to literally refer more than one application to take a decision. Sometimes I have to integrate all these applications so that the data can flow seamlessly between all these apps. And many times integrations may not be easy. I need to get in touch with the IT team who can help me in integrating all these apps. And this is what we call as inorganically grown digital workplace. While the vision is to create a holistic digital workplace experience inside the organization, it normally starts with integrating all the tools that we already have, and that leads to chaos. And that's exactly what Contextual Digital Workplace is trying to solve. Contextual Digital Workplace is a unified digital workplace platform to solve all the work-related problems. So what does it mean? Contextual Digital Workplace has three big components. One, to solve all the collaboration use cases, which is nothing but your chat and other collaboration needs. And the next one, to solve all the coordination problems. When we have to coordinate work, I might have to use tools like project management or case management products. And the third one, to solve all the approval issues inside the organization. To solve how the data flows inside the organization, which is nothing but the control use cases. And you need one product to solve all these different use cases. If you look at any organization's typical work spectrum, it has three parts to it. One, your office applications, where you normally use O365 or Google Apps. That's where you manage your mails. That's where you manage your spreadsheets and documents. And then you already have the core systems in place, which is nothing but your ERPs and CRMs. But beyond these two applications, there are like hundreds of other applications that are typically handled by all these small tools. That's why you have tools for project management, case, chat, conferencing, and other workflow needs. That's exactly where Kissflow fits in. With Kissflow, you'll be able to manage your work. You don't have to Google like many different tools to manage that. This is like one product where you can manage your project, case, and workflow needs. Typically, many digital workplace products already offer collaboration, but it stops there. Collaboration is not the end of digital workplace, it's just the beginning. Collaboration without the context of work is meaningless. Typically, the collaboration happens over work. If I want to approve something, if I need some information which help me in that approval, I want to talk to someone to get that information. That is what we call as contextual collaboration. So every approval, every moment of work should have an associated collaboration part of it. That is That's what we offer as contextual collaboration in Kisflow. And as a business user, there are many cases where I want to automate the work. I want to create a flow because I am closer to the problem. I know what the problem is. I should be able to solve it myself. And that is not possible with other products. Kisflow, being a no-code platform, the business users will be able to automate the work without relying on IT. They will be able to easily create a form, define the workflow, and use it inside the organization. And Kisflow also solves the journey towards the digital transformation because it involves the business user. When the business users believe in a product, the journey becomes much easier. And it also allows an organization to completely paperless. In short, in Kisflow, we'll be able to solve the collaboration use cases, the case management, project management, and workflow needs of organizations. If you have to compare against what you already have in your organization, you have something like Teams and Workplace by Facebook, and you have Asana and Trello for project management. You have products like Pega or APN for workflows, and for case management, you have products like Jira. And Kisflow replaces pretty much all these tools inside your organization for 1/10 of the cost. And again, this is extremely simple. That's the reason we are calling this power of simple. The business users will be able to use the product and automate all these things themselves without relying on external IT teams. And this product is not new. Kisflow is used in more than 160 countries right now. And we have brands around the world that trust Kisflow. If you look at this slide, you have a lot of Fortune 100 companies, and many of these companies have 10,000, 15,000 users using Kisflow inside their organization. With that, we'll jump into the demo. This is how Kisflow looks like. When you log into Kisflow, you have a very easy to use interface where the dashboard lists out all the items that you need to work on from different modules inside the product. So there are like 56 items that are assigned to me, out of which one item is already overdue. This is extremely important, so I can directly go and work on the particular item. Like in any other digital workplace, we also have chat and channels built as part of Kisflow. So you'll be able to have conversations with your fellow team members. You'll also be able to create multiple groups inside Kisflow. And if you are a Google Apps customer, you'll be able to directly trigger Google Meet conversations from within Kisflow. And we also offer the ability for users to share information across the organization. If you want to make announcements to everyone who is part of the organization, we have a separate channel for announcements, and which is completely customizable. You can probably see all the sample posts over here. And you can also create what we call as the open channel, or you can create a closed or a confidential channel based on the access privileges you want to extend to the other users inside the organization. And in channels, in addition to sharing the information, you can also run surveys. You'll be able to share links from other systems. And you'll be also able to integrate chat with other tools that you use inside the organization. For example, you use Jira, you'll be able to connect Jira with Kisflow chat, where all the bugs will automatically flow into a particular chat channel. But typically, many digital collaboration tools end with collaboration. Kisflow is just the beginning. As I said before, along with collaboration, we have options for users to manage the tasks. They have options for users to manage their cases and also the workflow needs inside the product. For example, as a user, I can go install from 200 different templates that are pre-built in Kisflow. So I don't have to create anything from scratch. You can install from any of these templates right over here and completely customize this based on your needs. I already installed a case called service desk. As I said, this is completely customizable. You can create a case for service desk. You can create a case for employee onboarding. You can also create cases for many different unstructured workflow needs inside the organization. You can go customize the workflow over here as well. Click on settings, go to workflow. Here you can go and add as many steps as you want as part of the structured workflow. As a user, you'll be able to define the form. We understand this is extremely critical in a lot of other tools that are available in the market. Here, we'll be able to easily drag and drop the fields over here, write expressions,
and then publish it to all the users who are using this system. And you'll be able to create many custom filters as well. For example, here I have a filter called Dinesh tickets. If I click on that, all the tickets that are assigned to me are listed over here. This is extremely simple for the business user. And we also have a board view where the user can go and rearrange all the cases that are pending with their team. And we also provide advanced reporting capabilities. As an end user, without understanding the data models, without understanding the SQL queries, they'll be able to drag and drop all the columns and create fairly sophisticated reports using Kissflow. And they can also share these reports with other users who are part of the organization. Along with cases, we also provide options for users to manage the projects. We understand project management is one of the critical needs of the organization. And there are many project management tools that are available in the market, but we want to offer extreme usability while providing very sophisticated insights into what is happening in your project. For example, as a user, we'll be able to define the Kanban boards. We'll be able to completely customize the statuses that are part of the project. We also offer something called a matrix view. If I am the user, if I want to see how my tasks are organized based on more than 2 dimensions, I'll be able to use the matrix view as well. As in case, you'll be able to create fairly sophisticated filters, and you'll be able to also share these views with other users who are part of the organization. Here, I have a separate queue for critical priority tickets. And as in case, this is completely customizable. If I want to open this form, I'll be able to completely customize the form. I'll be able to add notes to every task that are part of the project, and automatically all the activities are captured as part of the project management module that is posted. But these are fairly simple use cases. This unstructured, pretty much you'll be able to use any external tool out there to manage these use cases as well. But Kissflow sophistication comes into play when we talk about structured workflows. Because when you want to create an approval system, right, which actually goes from one user to another, and based on fairly complex conditions, this is extremely possible for the business users to create. And that's where Kissflow shines. If you look at travel reimbursement system, as an end user, I'll be able to define the form, I'll be able to define the workflow. I can also define the permissions and publish the workflow for everyone who is part of my team. As I said, Kissflow form design is the most simple but extremely sophisticated tool available out there. You'll be able to drag and drop any field types over here, and you can also write expressions or logic to calculate values inside the form. And you don't have to know any programming to do that. For example, here, if I want to calculate the total amount to reimburse, then I can actually subtract 2 values that are part of the same form as well. And I'll be able to create validations. I can define visibility. I can also have an option to change the appearance of the fields inside the form. And in many cases, I want to capture the table data as part of the form as well. And we'll be also able to do that using Kissflow. Once the form is defined, then you can go and define the workflow. At Kissflow, you'll be able to create fairly sophisticated workflows as well. For example, here when someone submits the form, it goes to the reporting manager, then it goes to the finance team, and then it goes to the payment acknowledgement team. And as part of every step, pretty much you'll be able to configure every part of their particular workflow step. For example, here, I can dynamically assign users from tables, or I can assign users from user filters, which is synchronized from O365 or Google Apps. I'll be able to also allow Kissflow to take decisions in the workflow steps. For example, you can ask Kissflow to use round robin or least loader as assignment options. We understand many of the workflows are fairly dynamic in nature. For example, in this particular case, only if the reimbursement value is more than $5,000, I want to send it to the reporting manager. Otherwise, I want to skip the step. You'll be able to make all those changes over here. Once that is done, you go into permissions and define who can see what. For example, a reporting manager permission, I don't want them to see the general details. I don't want them to edit the expense type. I'm making it read only. So once all this is done, click on preview and you can directly test the whole application even before publishing into production. I can check all the permissions. I can also check all the conditions that are defined as part of the workflow. And they automatically generate the mobile version of the app as well. So if you are creating a workflow, when you click on mobile preview, it actually shows how the form looks like in mobile. Once the application is deployed, the user will be able to access the application mobile as well. Once I'm done with this, I go click on publish and the whole application is published into production. So this is how simple the product is. You'll be able to manage collaboration, channels, cases, projects, and process in one single platform in Kissflow. And as I said, we have fairly sophisticated reporting capabilities, and we also understand we are not the only product inside the organization. We have all the other products, and Kissflow need to integrate with other products that are part of your organization already. So we are a fairly sophisticated integration layer. We have many integration external adapters. So as a user, you'll be able to connect Kissflow with other systems that are already inside your organization. So as I said, if you need a system where you can pretty much solve all your work-related needs, then you should use Kissflow. With that, I'll end my demo. If you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer that. Otherwise, thank you again for joining the presentation and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.